shamanettes and shaman, because Ben Fuchs is here today to talk with us about one of my very favorite subjects, which is the Holy Grail of skincare. So what are the products that are the Holy Grail and the ingredients that we absolutely need to do, especially since inflation is raging? What are the key products, the key ingredients that we need to do as women? So first of all, let's introduce Ben, because Ben is fabulous and I have him on this show all the time. So Ben Fuchs is the creator of Truth Treatment Skincare. He's a registered pharmacist, nutritionist, and skincare chemist. And for the past 35 years, has been developing pharmacy potent skincare, which I absolutely love. So thank you so much for joining us, Ben.
Thank you for having me. I'm always honored to be on the Beauty Shaman, and you're doing great work too, by the way. Every day, almost every day, I have somebody come into my lab and tell me about the wonderful things you did.
Oh, really?
At your last employer. I don't know if I should say it.
Yeah, Gaia TV. Yeah, I'm not there anymore. So yeah, I moved to Ecuador and now I'm just completely online, and it's been super fun. But I do often miss doing people's makeup and being a Gaia. It was a really fun, really great place. So anyway, let's talk about the Holy Grail of skincare. And there's so many products floating out there. There's so much material that is complete BS. So let's just drill it down.
Exactly. It's overwhelming. I believe less is more. And when I formulating skincare, and I've been formulating, like I said, for 35 years. And when I formulate skincare products, I'm formulating my products so they're super concentrated. They don't have any wasted molecules. And all you need is 1 or 2 drops or a tiny pea-sized amount. You don't want to put a lot of stuff in your skin. There's something sensual about touching yourself, touching your body, touching your skin. And we sometimes conflate that sensuality with therapy.
Right.
We conflate that sensuality, that good feeling that we get when we rub our skin with something really happening. Mm-hmm. That's not necessarily the same thing. And when you rub a cream on your skin, that doesn't mean anything's really happening to your skin. As you know, the skin cells, where the skin is derived from, the living part of the skin is down beneath. And the skin cell doesn't respond to a lot of things topically. What it really responds to specifically are topical vitamins, especially 2 of them. And these 2 ingredients form what you have called the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail skincare is number 1, vitamin C, right, and vitamin A. But right, it's not that easy, because vitamin C comes in different forms. You got to have a vitamin C that actually will make it through the surface of the skin and get down to the bottom. And that's a vitamin C that's fatty. The surface of the skin is a barrier to water. So if you put watery vitamin C, which is most vitamin C, it's going to run off your skin, just like water runs off your skin. So most vitamin C is ascorbic acid. That's watery. It's not going to help your skin cells because it's not going to get down to where the skin cells reside. Right. That's a really interesting point. Me and you and folks in the skincare business sometimes forget that we understand that the skin is not really what it appears to be. This stuff is dead.
Right.
The living stuff is down below. So if you want to create changes in the dead stuff, you got to get to the live stuff. The live stuff is down below. And so accessing the living tissue, which is the cells down below, is critical. Vitamin C in its ordinary form doesn't do that. Right. It's called ascorbic acid, and it's really not going to get you much benefits down beneath. And that's why fatty or fat soluble, or some people say lipophilic, vitamin C is so important. It goes by the name THDA. That's the acronym. It stands for tetrahexyl decliscorbate. We'll just call it THDA. And THDA is a form of vitamin C that penetrates really effectively. And once it gets down to that skin cell, it can do dramatic things for, number 1, the secretion of collagen and connective tissue. Number 2, supporting the integrity of the fats of the skin that keep the surface water resistant so your skin doesn't get dry and sensitive. Number 3, for lightening the skin. And number 4, for supporting a healthy growth of skin cells to form the surface barrier. So vitamin C has got multiple anti-aging, pro-health, pro-beauty benefits, and it's the number 1 ingredient in our Holy Grail of skincare ingredients. But make sure it's fat soluble, and make sure that in your product you have a high enough concentration. As you know, in our Truth Transdermal C serum that you guys are selling, we have almost 80% fat soluble vitamin C. In our Truth Transdermal C balm, we have almost 70%. That means 4/5 of a drop. Every drop, 4/5 of it, almost 4/5 of it, is fat soluble vitamin C. Every little pea-sized amount of your Truth Transdermal C balm is over 2/3 fat soluble vitamin C. So look for high concentrations. Don't be fooled by ingredients that are just thrown into products. You want to make sure you have enough of those ingredients to make a difference. So THDA is the first of the Holy Grail ingredients. The second.
So I want to make a comment before we go on, because I'm really glad you pointed that out about the differences in vitamin C. And I talk about this on quite a few videos, that there are like 8 different types of vitamin C, and women get fooled and they say, hey, this has, 20% vitamin C, it should be okay. And I'm like, okay, what type? And it's hard but yeah, you got to be educated, because a lot of these vendors put in information it's not, L-ascorbic acid or, one of the other types. It's just not really going to do anything. So I'm glad you brought that up.
L-ascorbic acid is really cheap. It's a commodity. You really want L-ascorbic acid, you can get a pound of it for like $10 at the health food store. So you can make your own L-ascorbic acid. You're not going to get the collagen benefits, the deep benefits, but you might get some surface benefits. And I did forget to mention that vitamin C is also a wonderful skin lightener for dark spots and hyperpigmentation. So, I got to say, the companies that sell L-ascorbic acid don't like me, because I'm telling people the truth about the molecular nature of that L-ascorbic acid and THDA. There's a reason why THDA costs $800 a kilo and L-ascorbic acid costs $50 a kilo,
right?
Or even less, $10 a kilo, because THDA is the gold standard of effective vitamin C products. THDA high concentrations, number one. Number two, vitamin A in its retinol form. Now, retinoic acid is also okay, but that requires a doctor's prescription. You got to go to the pharmacy.
Right.
Really the active form of vitamin A. Retinol gets turned into retinoic acid. So in the skin, there's chemistry that takes place that turns the precursor to vitamin A into active vitamin A. And man, is retinol incredible for the skin. In fact, it's probably tied with vitamin C, or maybe even above vitamin C. But vitamin C and retinol go together, or one, two, or it's hard to say which one's more important. They're both important. Retinol is a skin lightener. Retinol turns on the production of collagen and connective tissue. Retinol helps skin cells grow from the bottom to the top. Retinol supports the secretion of your own natural high hyaluronic acid, which is really important. Everybody wants to use high hyaluronic acid topically. Well, retinol will help you make your own high hyaluronic acid, as well as your own skin fats to support a healthy surface barrier. Retinol is a skin lightener. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. Yeah. And then my favorite benefit is the one we just talked about, or maybe on another video we talked about, and that is that you can actually replace the vitamin A in your skin by putting retinol on top of your skin. So when you go out in the sun, for example, the natural vitamin A in your skin will break down to protect you from the sun. You can replace that vitamin A by putting it on topically in the form of retinol, which makes retinol essentially a nutritional supplement for the skin, in addition to all of the other things, all of the other wonderful skin health benefits that you'll get. Now, the downside on retinol is that it's very stimulating. And if your skin is not strong enough to use retinol, you want to start off with a weaker dose, a milder concentration, a lower concentration of retinol, and work yourself up into a higher concentration. And you also want to take longer days off between your retinol application when you're starting. As your skin gets stronger, you can use a higher concentration of retinol, and you don't have to take as many days off. You can use it more frequently. And that's where you want to get to. It's kind of like lifting weights. If you just got out of the hospital, you wouldn't get on the bench press and start lifting 300 pounds. You'd start off with maybe 20 pounds, and then 30 pounds, and then 40 pounds. And you take long days off, or longer off periods when you start, and then you can compress those off periods as you get stronger. Same with retinol. It's kind of like a workout for your skin, in addition to being nutrition for the skin. And then the third ingredient are hydroxy acids. In fact, hydroxy acids, to me, represent a workout for the skin. Number one, hydroxy acids exfoliate, so you get an immediate benefit. By exfoliation, you get smoother, softer skin. You get rid of excess pigment. If you have blemishes, you can unroof the blemishes. But in the long run, alpha hydroxy acids electrically activate cells. They have an ability to electrify cells. And this is what acids do. Acids, we think of acids as being chemicals, but really acids are electrical. And they have their effect by turning on cells at the electrical level. They send little pieces of electricity called protons into the cell. And those protons, those little pieces of electricity, turn on skin cells. And that means more collagen, more high hyaluronic acid, more natural moisture factors, healthier, stronger skin, a thicker epidermis, better stratum corneum, a stronger stratum corneum. So they'll help you with dry skin. They'll help you with sensitive skin. They'll help you with hyperpigmented skin, dark skin. They'll help you with acne-prone skin. All of the things that you want in a skincare product, you'll get from alpha hydroxy acids. But with alpha hydroxy acids, like with retinol, you got to know how to use them correctly because they can be stimulating for the skin. So you want to start off with a lower concentration of alpha hydroxy acids and a higher pH. The skin pH is around 4.5 or so. Real quickly, the pH scale goes from 0 to 14. 7 is neutral. To the left, 0 to 7 is considered acidic. The skin is slightly acidic. Got a pH of around 4.5 to 5.5-ish. If you want to be stimulating with acids on the skin, you've got to be a little bit to the left of that 4.5, around 3.0, 3.5 or so. If you really want to kick butt, if you really want to get a nice stimulating effect, if you're an esthetician and you're doing therapy, you can be all the way down to 2 or even 1.5 with your alpha hydroxy acids. But for most people at home, you want to look for somewhere around 3 or 3.5, a concentration of 5 to 10 to 15% of alpha hydroxy acids, although the concentration is not as important as the pH. So alpha hydroxy acids and their colleague or their cousin beta hydroxy acids, which is salicylic acid, that's a third of the Holy Grail ingredients, in addition to retinol and vitamin C, fat-soluble vitamin C. And the fourth, in my opinion, is minerals, electrical minerals, which are derived from plants, and they also have an electrifying effect on cells, and they can rebalance the electrical energy of the skin. You know, the skin is an electrical organ, just like skin cells have an electrodynamic property. They're electrified. They can be electrified. Your skin is also an electrical system, and using ionic or electrified minerals, plant-derived ionic minerals, which are found in the soil and should be in vegetables, but they're not because of how our soils are, they can also have an electrifying, nourishing effect on skin cells and improve skin health on multiple levels. So to me, those are the 4 ingredients of the 4 Holy Grail ingredients. And of course, that's what my true treatments are. True Transdermal C Serum is almost 80% fat-soluble vitamin C. True Transdermal C Balm is it's over 60% fat-soluble vitamin C. All my retinol products feature vitamin C with them.
Right.
Retinol and vitamin C go together perfectly well if the vitamin C is fat soluble. In other words, fat soluble vitamin C is a perfect colleague to retinol for a couple of reasons. Number one, because retinol is balanced out. Some of the irritating effects can be balanced out by the antioxidant effects of fat soluble vitamin C. And you get better penetration of fat soluble vitamin C if you use it with retinol. So they work together really well. And all my retinol products, whenever I'm formulating with retinol, and you know we have a bunch of retinol products or retinol gels or retinol serums, always have a big, generous dose of fat-soluble vitamin C. And then our biomimetic mineral mist is our ionic minerals. And I always recommend people use the ionic minerals, the plant-derived ionic minerals, with their fat-soluble vitamin C and with their retinol.
Right. That's great. And that's super basic. Like, I love it. It's like, that's not complicated. I love all the information with it, but honestly, vitamin C, retinol, and the minerals, like, how easy is that? That's basically the truth trifecta. That's one of the groupings that we sell on the Beauty Shaman, which is the C, it's hyaluronic acid, and as well the mist. It's lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and here's another thing. When you're working at the level of the cell, not the skin, but the cell, which is underneath, you don't need an eye cream and a foot cream and a hand cream and a neck cream and a face cream and a chin cream and a butt cream and whatever kind of cream you're using. You only need one product, because if you're getting it at the cell is the same head to toe. The skin cell is the same under your eyes as it is on the bottom of your foot. And what's more, a skin cell is the same if you're a man or a woman. And a skin cell is the same if you're African American or you're American Indian or you're Caucasian or you're Japanese or whatever you are. Skin cells are skin cells. So that minimizes the amount of products that you have to have, because you're going to the cell, not the skin. And the skin cell is the same. And bonus, when you're going to the skin cell, you get healing effects as well as beautifying effects. At the end of the day, what we call beauty is really a function of healing and health. So you want to look at skincare products as being health products. not beauty products, healing products,
Right.
not just superficial cosmetics, but actual healing and health products that will change the health nature of the skin cell so you can have beautifying effects on the skin.
I love that. I love that whole viewpoint of products, as well as just the way women and men, we all need to think about it, because I think we're so programmed into, I want to look like X, as opposed to, I want to be I always term it your highest and best self, which includes your health, your mental health, your physical health, and that all comes through your skin. It really radiates everywhere, right? It's so important.
And that's why, Botox, people ask me about Botox all the time, and I don't have a problem with Botox, but you're not going to change the health of your skin with Botox.
Right. Right.
You're not going to change the health of your skin with Juvederm. You're not going to change the health of the skin with these mechanical strategies that simulate health. Why simulate health when you can stimulate health?
Right. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, that's a great way to end this conversation. So thank you so much, Ben. I love your advice, and I think all of these are fabulous, and I really appreciate you talking about it.
Thank you. Nice to see you again, Susan.
Nice to see you. And ladies, thank you so much for watching The Beauty Shaman and tuning in. Please go see some of Ben's or our other interviews. We have about 15 on the Beauty Shaman channel. So just go there, type his name in. Like, they'll all just pop right up, and you can watch a myriad of great information that Ben dishes out on. We talk almost every month. So anyway, thank you so much for watching The Beauty Shaman, and have an awesome day.